Got it. Done and got it. All righty, y'all. Let me go and make this one over here. Co-hostess with Zim hostess. All right. And make it so we all can screen share. All righty, y'all. Peaceful greetings to ye all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at northwest of Mexham. How are you? Islam to you all. Islam, happy, holy Venus degree. And I'm here with my magnificent and beloved brother in whom we are well pleased. And he is
Islam, peace and love, my people. I am Brother Sean L. You already know that you already know all is well. I mean, bro, to be quick, but what was that appellation, bro, real quick?
As always, that's fun, guys. Look, we're going to jump right into this, guys. Don't forget tomorrow, or next day, actually. Well, tomorrow, but actually next day, right? The 2nd August, 2023. It is our astrology concept corrections discussion. Make sure you join us. You guys already know. If you are a member of TUPAC, which is the Universally Professional Astrology Community, it is free because you are a lifetime member. The discussions are free for members. If you are not a member, you have a student card, right? The first preference is your Moorish American student card, preferably from rvbaypublications.com. However, if you have a student card of any kind, honestly, we will accept it. However, I can discern, what's a viable student card and offer people's energy. But you got a student card, it'll be 15 units for you to join our discussion. If you are not a member and you don't have a student card, it's 30 to join the discussion. Either way, you'll enjoy it. You will not be upset about it. And what we're thinking too, we're going to record, right? However, it's going to be a transaction for the recording. We'll make sure that it's something minimum for members. However, anyone else, 9 times out of 10, if you're not a member, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna probably we'll think of a number. But that's what I'll say. We'll think of a number. We'll think of something fair for you to get that video, honestly. Because what I'm thinking is if someone isn't, a member and they already gave 30, maybe they can get, add 10, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because that way that'll be fair. If you had the student card and you spent 15, cool. You're going to have to give another 15 for the video. You know what I mean? I know people probably thinking like, but hold up. How is it 10 for somebody that spent 30? Well, they don't have a student card. You know what I'm saying? Like I was rolling over in my head. If ye are a member, right, 9 times out of 10, we'll look out for you and we'll let you members know what it is. But it all depends on who shows up. Like, because the first 2 we didn't record. We was like, nah, man, people gotta be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need people to be here. But it's like, if we recorded, then that's production that's got to be done. So I'm not going to give it away. All right, and respect our energy. I and Brother Sean still have to eat. Period. I have nothing else to say behind that. So here we go. Bro is going to do our invocation. And guys, we're going straight to the Moorish American prayer because, those of you that are wondering about the court strategy class, some of you Moors I'm already inviting to. I guess I'll just wait till we finish this and then we'll just show up. And even though I think it's already about 23 minutes into the court strategy class, but we're just doing our introductions or whatever, so to speak. And then we'll, come on in. So that's why we're going to kind of just get through this, guys, just easily and quickly. For Article 3 for the Zodiac Constitution and kind of just go over just some concepts briefly. However, guys, we're going to extend all 5 appendages on our left hand, just the index and middle on the right. We're going to stand on a 45-degree angle like we see Prophet Noble Drew Ali handsomely standing due guard, right, with his feet on a 45-degree angle. Also, we're going to face east, which is symbolic metaphysically to going within. We can repeat either aloud or in our hearts after Brother Sean L. Islam.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
truth,
truth,
peace,
peace,
freedom,
freedom,
and justice.
and justice.
Allah is my protector,
Allah is my protector,
my guide,
my guide,
and my
and
salvation.
my salvation.
By night
By night
and by day.
and by day.
Through his holy prophet,
Holy Prophet,
noble Drew Ali.
Drew Ali.
Amen.
Indeed, indeed, guys. Let's get it. Right. So with this being said, guys, let's go to the first letter to be read in every meeting, right? So we're here at Administrative Functions, Moor's Holy Temple of Science, right? Administrative Functions. The following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Ali on the 18th day of January, 1928 in Odomini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. Moor Science Temple of America, Home Office 3603 Indiana Avenue, Noble Ali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929, to be proclaimed in every meeting. Dear brother Islam, I'm glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There's a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement, now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take advantage of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish divine and national movement. And I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause. Noble, Drew Ali. And we're here now at the Moorish literature, excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper. You see there on page 12, still handsomely standing guard, Prophet Noble Drew Ali and his Moorish Sharif Fez and Abba. On page 13, Brother Sean Aline L is going to go in, and I yield the floor to you, bro. Islam.
Islam. Divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all mosque governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be a severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple of the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. By order of Noble Drew Ali.
Islam. Guys, let's jump right into the Zodiac Constitution, all right, by Charles Mosley Day, AA 2222141. And this one here, Article 3 is what we're going in on, right? Tax and military exemption, it says, for Moorish Americans, the B's and L's. And I yield the floor the brother Sean, because he's going to do the reading and I'm going to be ad-libbing. Do the, yeah, I'm serious, member. That's what I'm doing. But anyway, go ahead, bro. I yield. This
one. Article 3, tax and military exemption for Moorish Americans, the B's and L's. The Moors, referred to as Negroes, definitely definitely can never become members and citizens of the Union Society of the 48 states. Therefore, they cannot be forced or drafted into the Union, U.S.A. Army or military service to fight for the Magna Charta Code of the white supremacy against themselves.
That's why you shouldn't even be having or trying to really get a driver's license, because I already know you sign up for the draft for a driver's license and you have to take an oath of office. You can never be a member or a citizen of. It's right there in Article 3 of the Zodiac Constitution. And we just have to be ourselves. We're complicating a lot of things unnecessarily, trying to be something, trying to put on bulletproof vests and badges and have pistols and call ourselves some titles that we do not have to be these titles. All we have to be is brothers, mothers, sons, sisters. That's it. That's it. I mean, you can't be, you want a passport. In order to have a passport, you have to owe an allegiance to the U.S.A. Right? You have to owe an allegiance to those beings. That's why it's important to make sure you have lesson book 14 and go into the CMBA certificate and read that entire book so you can comprehend these things. All right, like seriously. I mean, you can't be drafted into the Union. Look at that. Like, why are you going for a driver's license? Because we're not doing the reading that is necessary to be able to put the documentation together that's necessary to be able to explain to these illiterate paycheck getters that are in these agencies that think that since they have to do it, you have to do it. It is up to true and faithful, sincere, true and faithful Moors to speak in an intelligent tone so that they may be rendered a favorable reply. We are being rendered a favorable reply. So mote it be. I yield, bro. Islam.
The lawmakers pertaining to the 48 states union order cannot force the Moors, the B's, and L's to pay taxes because taxation without representation is a supreme violation of the Moorish Zodiac Constitution birthrights of Islam. When the Union lawmakers denounce their immoral Magna Charta Code and resort to the Moorish Zodiac Constitution, the Moors are compelled to pay taxes because everyone of the nation will be equally represented by it. There is no room in the science of Masonry, the Zodiac, for mystic god or religious worship, race, color, ignorance, war, crime, slavery, and human injustice.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, guys. So the lawmakers of the 48 States Union Order cannot force you Moors, B's, and L's to pay taxes, which you guys remember, to even have a license. You have a license, a driver's license, which is a business license for tax purposes. That means you're doing trade or business. Trade or business, according to the tax code, it's defined. What tax code am I talking about? Title 26 of the United States Code. What section specifically? 26 United States Code 7701H2C1. But just read all of the 7701H, lowercase h, that is, right? 26 USC 7701H. And you guys will see that's called, it's titled Motor Vehicle Lease Agreement or motor vehicle leases or something like that. It might be Motor Vehicle Lease Agreement. And what you'll realize is, first of all, that's the tax code. So you can't be forced to pay taxes because taxation without representation is a supreme violation. of our Zodiac Constitution. Period. We're not people that are ignorant believers. We're not doing mystic God religious worship and stuff. That's not who we are, Moors. I trust that this brings some light to really having the spirit to enforce the law for real. Help me in my mission to bring my people back into the constitutional fold of government. I'm quoting Al-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali doing religious corporate activity by affidavit being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It's too many people out here that's trying to have credibility with them being to prison, and they used to be pimps in the streets, and they can smell a whore a mile away and all these other things. And they're saying these things while they have fezzes on. And these are supposed to be your elders. What are they guiding you to? Why are they not going over something as simple as this and then know how to take you into different so-called codes so that you can be able to hold these people to their codes? Those United States codes aren't for your salvation. You're just supposed to know them to hold them to their obligation. Period. The U.S.A. owes an allegiance and are obligated to the continental United States government. Remember, there's Continental Congress first. Just because somebody's like, oh, well, they got overthrown, that doesn't mean that it's right. That means that something's got to happen for us to set things back in order. You guys can't be cowards all your life. You just can't do it. There's going to have to be some coming together. Yes, I invite Moors to go to the jurisprudence gym. I know that lawfulliving.com is not a Moorish platform. Cool, great. Just go there to exercise. Planet Fitness isn't a Moorish platform either, but go there to exercise. Period. So we can get to a level of strength independently within ourselves so that when we come together, it's not too much somebody trying to be the boss of something. It's, this is the plan according to what was already written. This is how we are to utilize this information when it comes to our mindsets and move forward. That's it. That's all. Just the beginning of this second paragraph. The lawmakers of the 48 states union order cannot force the Moors, the Bays and L's, to pay taxes. So the only reason you get a business license is for tax purposes. 26 USC 7701 H2C1, trade or business. When you go and check the law.cornell.edu version of Title 26 USC 7701, and you scroll down to the lowercase h, which is titled motor vehicle leases, and you'll see that it talks about trade or business. On that law.cornell.edu website, trade or business is a hyperlink. And that hyperlink, what you are to do is click on it. And it's going to tell you that that trade or business within the tax code is defined as performing functions of public office. You can't be a citizen, Moors, of the Union Society. U.S.A. You can't be those things. So why do you keep selling yourself back into slavery or transacting Federal Reserve notes to get back into it? Why? Because it seemed like it's not going to be a microwave result enough for you to actually write letters, come together, sit down with these beings that think they're going to force you to pay taxes. Oh, well, you got to get a driver's license to drive in the state of insert state name here. They can't force you to do that. They're trying to force you to pay taxes. That is absolutely against your Zodiac Constitution, birthrights of Islam. But are you reading these things? Are you too busy trying to follow some Moors talking about their rising somewhere? Where? To I-95? Talking about they're going camping? When you guys don't see that that's a psyop? What, somebody talking about that near the Maryland State Republic, there's some consular general Who appointed them? And what foreign territory? I'm not trying to, don't talk to me about it's ad hoc. Out of the necessity of it needing to be done. That's what ad hoc actually kind of translates to, from the Latin ad hoc, out of the necessity of it needing to be done. What? We're home. It's not hard to do these things, man. Stop looking for someone to follow, man. What is wrong with you people? Seriously, man. I'm for peace and not destruction. I am love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's how you should be looking at yourself. So why violate yourself? Because justice is going to have to take course against yourself. But you see, am I being clear, bro? Like, that's gotta be
straight
clear,
up,
man. Islam. Who's in the chat? Anybody disagree in the chat? I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Peace and greetings, Brother Seven says peace and love. Peace and greetings, Brother Seven. Mother Janelle says salam, brothers. Islam, mother.
peace,
JLV
mother.
says peaceful greetings. And Islam, JLV says peaceful greetings,
Peace.
brothers Sean and Hassan, everyone. Yes, indeed. Peaceful greetings, Islam. Happy holy degree to you also, Brother Derek and everyone. JLV says, so mote it be forevermore. Indeed, JLV. And Brother Seven says Islam and Almond Cookie S shows love. So guys, that's really what it is. Brother Tyro says peace and love, everyone. Hey, Brother Tyro, peace and love to you also. Brother Derek says correct. Almond Cookie S says absolutely agree with an exclamation point. And JLV says we are the verbs, never nouns. Yeah, because we're always an action. That's what we even tell people when it comes to being Moors. More, if you really look at the etymology, which means the egg pertaining to the word, the etymon. Mooring is being attached to something. So when that ovum, egg, left the ovary and traveled the fallopian tube to moor itself, that's an action, right? That's a doing. That's a verb. You moored yourself to the endometrium, which lines the uterus pertaining to mother, awaiting the defibrillatory substance that came from another mother, yet placed in the testicles of a son. Ejaculated from the penis to wards, that ovum moored to the endometrium, lining mother's uterus. So, of course, mooring is an action first. So JLV is absolutely correct. Because that's what happens for everyone that comes through the womb of woman, or is at least moored there while going through being zygote to, hold on, let me think of it again. What are the 3 stages again? You got the zygotic stage. You got zygote, you got fetus, but I'm missing one in between fetus.
Maybe embryo anywhere in there?
Yes, zygote, embryo, fetus. That is exactly correct. Zeph, Z-E-F, like a zephyr. Zygote, embryo, fetus. That is exactly correct. Right? So you're going through that. You may not be brought forth that way. However, it is what it is. Right? So with respects to that, right? With regards to that, I'm just thinking, guys, that this is where we have to be. And we have to really read these things. Really, the only reason I comprehend how I comprehend, I'm able to ad-lib how I ad-lib, is because I really read these things, have read these things, and continue to read these things to be clear. So now that I'm even clearer that we can't be forced to pay taxes, look at that. You can't force me to pay taxes. So why are you trying to force me to have a driver's license, or anyone that's Moorish American? Because that means we Moors have to do what we need to do to enforce the Constitution for real, not just some .org website. And forgive me, sorry, not sorry, if it sounds like I'm hating on people or other Moors. I'm not doing a radical agitating speech. I'm saying you all need to start questioning these people, including the elders. I don't care how much fucking information they share. I don't care. I don't care. We need to have a serious conversation. Because all this, there's going to be casualties of war. Many will be sacrificed. That's got to be ding ding, guys. We have got to stop this. Because that in itself is a agent's operation. I mean, you can disagree with me. Questions, comments, suggestions. What do you say? What do you say there? Slim Herbert says, peace and love, Islam, Islam to you, brother. Happy Holy Venus degree again to you all. So I said, these conversations need to be had. A lot of things are getting done in the public, but when it comes, I mean, you know, out there in front of everybody's face, what they call public, but yet when I come with questionings and corrections that need to be done, it need to be done privately. Then why are we out here doing all this BS publicly? Like if somebody try to embarrass me in front of everybody out in public, they need to apologize in public too. So I don't care who your consular general guys are, what elder you hold up on a pedestal. Questions need to be asked because you need to really see if they even see it this way. And I'm trying not to say too much because, you know, then people, all they got to do is watch us and then they be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm so glad that Hassan gave me an out. Am I wrong?
No, definitely, yeah. Questions need to be asked because if one doesn't ask questions, that means they're just accepting something into face value and not really knowing for themselves. And it really it ties back into your live that you did last night when the propaganda was, oh, it's a super blue moon and everything else. And then when the proper research was done, it's like, no, yes, it's a super full moon, but it's not a super full blue moon. But and everybody else was saying it. And it's like, yo, wait, you know, so it's just asking questions and studying and really willing, you know, allowing oneself to will themselves to do the necessary work. That's why we say get the astrology so that one knows what they're good at and then they can know their position. And then they can also see, well, I might have this kind of block pertaining to my thinking and how to understand law. Oh, thank you, Brother San or Brother Hassan, for showing me something that I already knew, but I wasn't quite sure of it. But now I can see it more clearly and understand and grasp it. And now I can move forward. Because yes, we cannot be forced. But one thing that's for certain that has happened is the trick of involuntary, of one volunteering themselves something. But if one doesn't know it's voluntary and they think it's forced, then they won't question it. So that's why we say question everything. Do your research and don't be afraid to stand up on one's own knowledge. Let the beliefs go. It's got to be about straight knowledge. And yes, we have, you know, elders done did a lot of work, but, you know, they can still be asked questions as well. It's like, yes, gratitude for what the work has been done, but it can be taken further. But questions still have to be asked. So yeah, that whole uncomfortable conversations, yeah, the questions got to be asked. It ain't just, oh, they said this, okay. It's like, no, is one clear within themselves? Like, come on, y'all. And leave the whole popularity shit alone. Like, that's not getting us nowhere. We don't care about fame or any of that. It's about getting this work done and enforcing what Prophet Noble Jarli brought. Enforcing the Constitution, knowing thyself, uplifting fallen humanity, assisting our mothers, for everyone, because Moors, the Albions, they need it too, because they're in their own cycles of fear, hate, and ignorance, just the same as well as our people. So until what to say, the Union lawmakers announce their moral Magna Charta code and Moors quit wanting to be a part of something that they cannot be a part of, then it's gonna be the same. But Seven Hill Star, we're above the storm. We are way above the storm. It's like, hey, do you want to be above the storm or do you want to ride in it and just be in it because it feels good to be toxic, as they would say, or say these things to feel cool. But y'all really got to step back and look at things for really what they are and not how you want them to be. Because usually how things we want them to be don't come or look how we want them to. So that's why it gets rejected, because it isn't exactly how someone wanted to hear it or see it. Or they want the popular Moors to do it for them. Or someone's like, oh yeah, it's like, no. Come on, y'all, wake up. Hype yourself up. Know that you, or if you have to look at it that way, that you're popular Moor as well, but it's all up to yourself, man. Can you use your will to wheel? That's what it really is. And can you see to ask the questions and be ready to put in the work? Nobody's coming to save you but you. Yeah.
And then when the lawmakers denounce their immoral Magna Carta code, which is based on our Zodiac Constitution, they was like, oh, well, we're going to make something for our own, but we're going to base it off of what everybody should be really, quote unquote, conducting themselves under, so to speak, and resort to the Moorish Zodiac Constitution. So even the Union lawmakers, that means these agents, and the attorneys that are a part of the Uniform Law Commission that don't write law, but they must denounce the immoral Magna Carta Code and resort to the Moorish Zodiac Constitution. Then Moors are compelled to pay taxes because everyone of the nation will be equally represented by it. And guess what? Everyone's a Moor because you're moored in the womb first.
Unless you're a test tube, baby.
No escaping this. What'd you say?
I said, unless you're a test tube, baby. But even then, it's still part of the process. So
technically, you know what I'm saying? But the second paragraph is literally only 3 sentences. I only see 3 periods, 3 punctuations as far as the period is concerned. There is no room in the science of masonry, which is the Zodiac. Oh, damn Mason, this is Mason, and the Mason's supposed to be this, and the Mason gets butt fucked into brotherhood. Like, look, guys, true and faithful, sincere and honorable mothers and sons deal with the Zodiac and the Zodiac alone. None of that being made over again in some institution under something called Freemasonry. They have no superseding or any kind of power over Moorish Americans, period. They are mimicking what ye see before you, period. And they're doing a horrible mimic because they're nowhere near as honorable as I and my brothers at all. Nowhere near as honorable. There is no room in the science of masonry, which is the Zodiac, for mystic god religious worship, race, color, ignorance, war, crime, slavery, and human injustice. So what do you guys think is going on out there? Oh man, I got to get my license. You got to participate in the mystic God religious worship, race, color, ignorance, war, crime, slavery, human injustice game? Oh, well, they're about to kick me out my house and I need to just... Are you guys getting this? That it's all a part of the mystic God religious worship, race, color, ignorance, war, crime, slavery, and human injustice game? Which is the immoral Magna Carta Code? Are we? Man, I hope we're putting it together, man. God, I hope we're putting it together. But no, this brother is on this platform with this mother, and he's an elder, and everybody should listen. Time out. It's time to start questioning people. See, this is probably why a lot of my elders thought I was just kind of rude, disrespectful, because I don't get put under the hypnosis. I'll sit there and see what the hypnosis is about, and then when I go to show them it's not affecting me, then they're like, "Oh, well, we gotta stop answering this brother's calls, or we gotta try to screen the calls. Maybe we'll just text them, because what's going to happen is we gotta now be responsible." It's okay. Just be responsible. You ain't gotta run. Just be responsible. You do not have to run. But what it is and what's actually happening is that a lot of people are going to suffer and be sacrificed, because that's what it is. I'm going to share this information with you and not going to tell you how to use it. That's what the elders have been doing. I'm not knocking them. I'm not disrespecting them. I'm saying, okay, good, we get it. Yay, thanks for sharing it. You know, you were really good at sharing information and not explaining how to use it. You're the man. You're the mother. You're the son. Way to go. Yeah, man, way to go. You did great. See, that's loving, right? I'm applauding you for good you've done. Thank you for giving the what. Now, how you use it. Oh, get a book, read a book. I need to study some more. And that's how you don't know what you're doing. You provided the what, but you don't really have the how either. And that's what a lot of people need to realize and stop being victims of people sharing the what. I get it. It was a means to get a lot of finances doing lectures and selling books. And that's still where it's at to this day, actually. I'm not going to knock it. I don't mind doing lectures and selling a book or two myself. I don't mind doing it. However, we're going to get to some how, though. We're going to get to a lot of how. We're going to get to, hey, guys, we need to do this exercise, how to do it. But again, after we said it, let's see how many people after I'm saying what I'm saying going to try to start implementing. Oh, see, man, now we got to show how to do it. Y'all wasn't talking like that. Because Seven Hill Star is your inspiration. Oh, hold on. I'm sounding like I'm being arrogant, huh? No, let's tell the truth. No one does it like Seven Hill Star, period. Because everyone else doesn't know what they're actually doing. And it really don't take long, and it's not hard to do. But too many people are trying to chase the bag in other ways because they don't want to work for certain people. I get it. I don't want to work for certain people either. But that don't mean that we can't come together on this information and make things happen. JLV says, no looking to A or any man for permission, right? Any other man for permission. Slim Herbert says conflict resolution. JLV says, question, brothers may want to adopt the Constitution. That's so funny. That's so funny. Everyone, whether they recognize it or not, the Albion sons and daughters also, everyone's under the Moor Zodiac Constitution. You wouldn't have anything else operating as it does. Oh, they're the Republic of India, of China. No, everybody's under the Zodiac Constitution. It's just that it's a lot of shitload of corruption that is come with adopting the immoral Magna Carta Code. The Albion sons and daughters are Moorish subjects, period. That's why if we seriously contemplate the Convention of Madrid, July 3rd, 1880, which is written in the, expatriation papers coming from the Secretary of State back in, what was that, 1906? It's easy. This thing is easy. Start holding these people to answer your questions. Don't let them just buzzword you. Let them start showing you how. And when you guys recognize that they really don't know how, or they can't afford to really show you how because they really got to get their lives in order too, which would have been a lot more helpful if people were just openly honest that they've lost their houses, they've lost their so-called land conveyances and other things, and really accepted the help. But a lot of people are too busy being agents that you think you can trust. Things were so solid. Why are people losing their houses out there? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it hasn't been really showed to you how to use it because people don't know how to use it. I don't know why that's not being said. It's like it's a pride issue or something. Super pride issue. Brother Derek says, nope, right? There's nobody else doing it, all right? Brooklyn Bud says, drop the knowledge, my brother. Indeed. Gratitude indeed, Brooklyn Buds. Brother Derek says, not the U.S. Constitution. Indeed, indeed. Right? So this thing is a lot easier. And I get it. You know what? Let me see how it's gonna go. Since I'm younger, I wasn't manifested out of my mother's womb till 84. Since there's elders that came before me, they actually know better. They done had so many books and so many lectures. But how many people want to hurt these people? How many people have died on their deathbed saying they want to hurt certain people due from documentation or processes not being explained? I'm all about removing the covers. Yeah, let's unveil everything. I'm not trying to reveal anything. I'm not doing revelations. I'm doing unvelations. Let's do that. And then hold people. I don't care how old they are or how young they are. People are not stupid. They know how to get what they want when they want it. Too much ass kissing going on. Even when I was around the elders, I ain't do ass kissing. I ain't do none of that. I would ask hard questions too. And then honestly, watch how a lot of things didn't get answered. How I know they could have been answered at that time, and could have seen how they could have definitely been answered even better once I studied a little more. I was like, dang, man, they don't really know. Or they're a part of people being sacrificed. So you know how you push old Moors to the back? You stop giving them your energy. You know how you push old Moors to the back? You have an election just by not participating in anything that they're doing. John chapter 8, verses 1 through 11. That's your homework. And what I want you to pay attention to, spoiler alert, still go read it though. John chapter 8, verses 1 through 11. The woman caught in adultery. There was some beings, they was hating on Yeshua. Because Yeshua is like, yo, this how things really gotta go, yo. You ain't gotta do it according to that rigid Mosaic law. Because technically I wrote that shit. I'm the one that Moses came kicking with. You know, we was burning one, no burning bush. And then I gave him 2 tablets that he broke and had to come back and get 2 more tablets. So he was all frustrated. So now he had to come back and get the screens fixed on the tablets. Anyway, woman caught in adultery. They like, oh, this woman was caught in the very act. What do you say we do with her, Rabbi? Talking to Yeshua. And so Yeshua knelt down and took his finger like he was writing on the temple road, writing on the stones of the temple road. And that's just giving letting them see if they were spiritually in tune enough. Yo, them same rules on them tablets, the ministry of death written on stones. I wrote that. I gave that to Moses to show people how important it is that they need to really just look to their higher self, period. Because their lower self trying to hold all these rules will never work. That's how I designed it. I designed it to show you that them 10 commandments will never work. You'll never be able to do all of them. Period. So you gotta rely on the I am identity, which is termed Jesus, metaphysically speaking. So then he stood up and was like, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And then he knelt back down the second time to show the second time I had to write on them stones after Moses broke. And those that were there to stone the woman and stone Yeshua, because the plan was this. Well, if he say stone her, then we can stone him too, because what he been doing these last few days been against Mosaic law, so we can stone him. And then if he say don't stone her, we can stone him too. You know what I mean? Because now he's telling everybody to go against the Mosaic law, because that's the law. So we got both of them. We got him. And his answer was, he who is without sin cast the first stone. He ain't say don't throw a stone. It had conditions though. Man, that's a conditional acceptance, isn't it? It had conditions. And the condition was, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And they began leaving from the oldest to the youngest, which means the elders are more conscious of their wrongdoing, more conscious of being without the I am identity being in charge, because their lower self was actually in charge. How you gonna catch a woman in the very act of adultery and you ain't bring the man? Because y'all was probably running a train on shorty for real. And then you gonna talk about let's bring her to Yeshua and see what he said. That's why Yeshua said, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Why the first ones to leave is the ones that brought the woman. Come on, y'all. They started leaving from the eldest to the youngest. Why the youngest leave last? Because they were only there to follow the footsteps or the actions of the elders. Better start questioning these elders. You think I'm joking? Start questioning. Any other questions, comments, and or suggestions going once? We about to get to this. I know we running a little behind, right? We're running a little behind. That was Article 3 though of the Zodiac Constitution, y'all. No, it's like an hour and 7 minutes since Malika started that class, but it's all good. We're gonna still jump in there in that court strategy class. Always remember, I'm Moorish American first and foremost before anything else. I'm about my Moorish community first and foremost before anything else. That's my decision within inside myself. Period. So don't forget your homework. John chapter 8, verses 1 through 11. And then see what I saw, if ye can. Shouldn't be hard. We caught Shorty busting it wide open in the very act. We gonna stone her and Yeshua. Watch this. Watch what we do. Did nothing but walked away. Because you full of it. Absolutely lower self versus higher self. Absolutely. So Brother Derek says, right? Lower self versus higher self. Love and respect, my brothers, he says also. Indeed, Brother Derek. So we're going to do our invocation now. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions going once? Right? Don't forget, guys, join us for our astrology concept correction discussion. It is Saturday. That is tomorrow, right? Next day, 2nd August 2023. If you're not a member, it's 30 units to our CashApp. If you're not a member, but you have a student card, 15 units to the CashApp. If you are a member of TUPAC or you like to become a member of TUPAC, right? If you are a TUPAC member, it's going to be free for you for the Saturday discussions, except for when we have workshops during Saturdays. But discussions are free. If you want to become a TUPAC member, it's 250 units, and we make sure we'll give you the Moon and Mercury workshop that we did. So that'll be, consolation, so to speak, that you'll have almost 10 hours of video going in on things astrologically. Guys, believe in yourselves. This Zodiac isn't hard to comprehend. Be a student first and foremost and always. All right. Mother Sahar says, I'll have to catch the replay somehow. I didn't see the notification. No problem, Mother. There's no worries. No worries. Definitely check it out. We're about to go into this, this court strategy class anyway. Questions, comments, and no suggestions going twice. This is where I and Brother Sean say, be yourselves and
donate.
Donate. Islam, indeed. Brother Sean, any questions, comments, and no suggestions going thrice?
Let's see. Brought up the class for tomorrow. We'll be with Dr. G Tuesday. And guys, remember, September 23rd, we're hosting our workshop for 4 Saturdays. So make sure y'all get that. Be ready for that. 75 a class, 300 to get total together. It's about self-healing and community building. So for everyone that's really serious, really about, not only their healing journey, their spiritual journey, but also building a community with Moors, the Albion. It's really for everyone to really start this healing journey and to realize what ways they are blocking themselves from interacting and relating with others, so we can really start fixing these problems that we know that's clear as day is what things really are. So be sure to show up for that. Brother San, okay, I took up Brother San's thing, so y'all have, it was September 6th, but I extended, so y'all have until September 13th to, get my readings. And I know I'll probably put some more things I came up with on the website, but 32% off. Zuri Bay says hey, right? It was Zuri, but she was Zuri Bay. She says hey to everybody. Guys. Just be sure to, like and share our content, man, and, keep studying and keep getting better. That's really about it. Keep getting better. Show up with us. We're live 4 days out the strong, with some like to say week. We're in, Lawful living, which is a really great way to get the how. The elders are showing the what, the who, the what, the when, the where. But the most important key is the how. So make sure y'all are showing up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and she also does things Fridays. So make sure that y'all are able to start getting these concepts on why you shouldn't be, losing house and all these other things. And if it does happen, how to go on the offensive rather than the defensive, learning how to sue. Who has really showed how to sue, put suits in by oneself and not having to go get an attorney or anybody else that already has an allegiance to the court. So all these different things that we're going over, make sure y'all, showing up, taking yourself serious, and really don't care about what anybody else has to say that are a part of that matrix slave system that, really don't want freedom. They just like to talk about how they want freedom. You know what I'm saying? So get that, and get the lifetime membership for Tupac, so that, You don't have to transact the 15 or the 30, because it's definitely much cheaper to go ahead and just do that one lifetime and show up. And if one can't show up, I know that we'll have a reasonable amount for one to transact to get the recordings. Because now I know that we're going to record the one tomorrow. I'm like, bro, man, if we recorded the last two, what we was going over, like, yeah, we really go in, yo, like, and it'd be so random, like on who we just choose or a certain. And so, yeah, make sure showing up and supporting us, man. As much, we support and show love to y'all with this information, with the concepts, with the views, pour back into us, so that we can continue this uplifting, ourselves, our families, our communities, so that y'all can take this information, this knowledge of self that you're getting from astrology and apply it to your loved ones. Take the jurisprudence and assist your loved ones if they don't have something going on, to be preemptive and not have to wait till something happens in order to really bust a move, so that everyone can start, getting that energy back, keeping that energy in pertaining to finances when it comes to these bills, as they like to call it, these mortgages and all these other things, to get them out of slavery, to keep that finance in their pocket, so that that finance, that energy they're putting out, can go into something more worthwhile, more important, rather than giving back into the system that's going to continue to keep taking and then using that energy to whoop their ass, the folks with. So, just show up. Just show up. So I gotta really say, and interact. Shout out to everybody that interacts in the chat. Always shows up. Brother Judah, Slim Herbin. I think who else? Mother JLV, Brother Derek, Mother Sahar. Shout out to y'all. Like, that's always constantly showing up. Mother Janelle, JLV. Yeah, shout out to y'all for showing up and like, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Shout out to y'all.
Indeed. Yo, look, Mother Sahar said Astro Dog, and you said Astro Pup the earlier today. Yo, indeed. Just let him say he enjoyed the class. Hope all is well. Happy Holy Venus degree. Indeed, guys. Okay, look, let's do our invocation now, and we're going to get to this court strategy class with Malika. Right, guys, you're going to extend all 5 appendages on your left hand, just the index and middle on the right. We want to face east. This is east for me, standing on a 45. You can repeat after me, either aloud or in your heart. Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love. Truth.
Peace.
Freedom.
And justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide. And my salvation. By night. And by day. It was Holy Prophet. Noble Drew Ali. Amen. Indeed, y'all. We love you all. Thank you for joining us. Gratitude also to Open 642. The mother's there too. Gratitude. And guys, you need to look at this one again. Look at the replay. Check it on out. All righty. We love you all. Those that are going to show up for court strategy class, see you in court strategy class. All righty. And this is where we say to you all, rest and recharge well when you do. We love you all. Namaste. Islam, y'all. Peace.